Hello, welcome to Handmade by Julia Quinn. I'm sharing with you my project featuring the Sweet Blooms bundle, which includes this lovely stamp set where the star of the show is these gorgeous large greetings, and also the Sweet Blooms dies, which again feature those lovely big words, as well as two outline dies for this lovely leaf and this two-step floral bouquet. And my card is just a simple Z fold, but it also features the gorgeous floral blooms paper as well, which works as with the Sweet Blooms suite. Let me show you where it is in the catalogue. So this lovely bundle comes from the Florals in Bloom suite collection. So I'm focusing on the Sweet Blooms stamp set with the words and the beautiful Florals in Bloom designer series paper. My actual card base though is a surprise. It is one of the striped mix and match cards and envelopes from the mix and match section in the catalogue, which is right at the front. See, quick mix and match. It's these guys, textured stripes, mix and match cards and envelopes. They're Real Red and Misty Moon Night, and I'm using the I'm using the Real Red card for our card today. Okay, so normally these cards you fold them like that, but I love the design so much I wanted to show it off. So the way I've done that is to fold the card inside out and then fold it back on itself again to make a Z fold. So this one goes back over here, and I'll just get my bone folder and burnish both of those folds. Okay, so then you end up with this beautiful Real Red with the textured stripes card. All of the measurements for all of the papers and everything are in our tutorial with our lovely event. Ask the demonstrator who invited you to this event to share that with you. So I have chosen the lovely Florals in Bloom paper to coordinate, and I'm just going to quickly add those into my card. So I've got one on the inside and one on the front of the card. This pretty design with all those beautiful flowers. It really makes you feel like spring, even though at the moment where I live it's actually autumn. Today is very much a spring temperature day. There we go, look at that beautiful design. Now to make my double Z fold, I'm using our two-tone Real Red paper. And hopefully I've got the right measurement. It should be, the length of your paper should be the same length as your card, and you do fold it exactly the same. So I'm going to fold it in half and burnish that fold. The two-tone has a darker tone on one side and a lighter tone on the other, which is really rather fun. So then I'm going to fold it back on itself again. And hopefully I've folded this correctly. So actually I should have folded it that way because I want the lighter tone to face out. So then this sticks onto the card with adhesive just on this section and just on this section. So what I do is keep it folded, add my adhesive to both sides, 1 and 2. Okay, so there it is folded up. I keep it nice and folded to add my adhesive, and I'm going to add my back piece first, the piece at the back of the card, and just choose my edge there, line it up nicely, and then fold my card and then adhere that section, and then you've got your double Z fold ready to go, and it folds up to fit into the coordinating envelope which comes with the cards. Aren't they beautiful envelopes? I love coordinating envelopes and cards. I can pop that envelope out of the way. Now I've got another piece of the Florals and Blooms paper for my front panel here. There we go. To continue that beautiful real red theme. And now it's time for my stamping. I'm using Lemon Lolly, just picking up that hint of the lovely lemon lolly in my background of the card there for my big word. And these two pieces are the writing panel. Okay, they go which way? That one and that one. There we go. And I'm only going to put a tiny bit of stamping on then. So actually I'll do that one first and get my little leaf. Traditionally I like to decorate the insides of my cards so that I don't have to write too much on my cards. There's my lovely. And then what else have I got to do? Day and have a. Rightio, there's all my stamps done. All right. I'm going to get my piercing mat so that I can do some nice stamping. And I'm using Shy Shamrock, which I think is another of the colours in the paper there, and just pop a couple of leaves in the corner of both. One there and one there. There we go. So just a tiny little detail, and I really think it looks very pretty, very sweet. Okay, and while I've got these, I'll stick these inside my card. One there on that little part, and one there on that part of the card. Hopefully that's enough space to write your greeting to your recipient. There we go, just twist that a bit. There we go, now it's straight. Okay, and then all I have to do is my front piece. And on this one, I'm going to stamp real red on my lemon lolly, as I said. And then we'll die cut this out. Have a lovely day. Lovely. Oops, need to do that again because I didn't quite stamp that properly. Make sure I've inked up all of my word. And have a lovely day. There we go, that's far more lovely, isn't it? And on my tiny little scrap strip here, I'm going to stamp my haver. And this just gets chopped out, so just as long as I've stamped it nice and straight. And day, I'll do it at the end. Have a day. Maybe I need to do it again. Whoops, another day. Look at that. Have a day. And that's all of my stamping done. Pop you out of the way. Now this one needs, so in the dies you can make a double layer. There is a die that says lovely, but I like doing stamping it and then cutting out the outline like so. And I haven't tried this yet, but I do think this may fit in the mini die cutting machine. My actual cardstock won't though, so I'll just need to trim off the edge. Just trim off the edge of that. Up there. Right, now it should be right. So I've got my base plate, my first layer. Arrange my die. Stick down my washi tape, holding it in place. Top layer, and then we'll put this into the mini stamp and cut and emboss machine and cut that out. There we go. Whoop. Let's have a look, see how we did. There's my scrap. Pop out my lovely. There we are. Doesn't that look lovely? Pun intended. All right, and all we have to do now is trim my haver with my snips and my day. Okay. And stick all this on with dimensionals. I'm going to use my standard dimensionals for my have a day. And it just fits inside there, and my mini dimensionals for my lovely. And that fits in all of these strategic spots in the V, O, whoops, O, inside this L, and then one here as well. Okay, and I'm going to put my lovely on first. Oh, I don't really want one that high on my L, do I? Because it's going to overlap on the card. There we go. It's always good to check before you stick down, isn't it? Making sure that that second L doesn't have adhesive stuck. There's my lovely, and here's my day, just tucked in here, and my haver goes over here. Tuck that in there, back there. Have a lovely day. So that's a card that could go for any occasion. And the last thing I'm going to add is some holographic resin dots. These are part of the Take a Sip suite, which also has beautiful bright colours. I'm just going to add a couple on the back of the card, back inside of the card, and one near my greeting, and then a couple on the front of the card, one there and one there. There you go. Have a lovely day with sweet blooms and the florals in bloom paper. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you enjoy all of the other projects you'll get to see as part of this event. Bye now.